Oh, wow. All right. We are live. Welcome. How's everybody doing? So it is almost Thanksgiving. I'm sorry to hear that there's a lot of people sick. Definitely not good. I've been hearing of a lot of people getting sick, actually. I think the flu's going around. Been checking on the COVID numbers, and they seem to have been staying low. So I think a lot of people are getting the flu, which is not good. Hello. How you doing? Welcome. Today we're going to be doing a forecast. Today is November 23rd, 2022. The time is currently 4 o'clock Central Time. And as you can see right here, and this is the area that we're going to be focused on for tomorrow. And as you can see, we do have a 2% tornado risk over here in El Campo, Rosenberg, Pearland, Baytown, Kingwood, the Woodlands, and Catty. And then also, of course, can't forget about Houston, which is right in the middle there. And again, this is for Texas, and we're going to be going over what this means and what are the situations going into this. And also, somebody mentioned this in chat, and I want to show you guys as well. Let me get it set up here. Voila. And then we'll go over to here. Uh-oh. Hold on. I've got to do this real quick. There we go. As you can see, well, we do have a 15%, a rare, day 7, 15%, kind of in the same spot as that last tornado outbreak we got in earlier November. So we're not going to be going over that just yet. I mean, we might look at it. This is 7 days away. It's very far away. A lot can change. I don't want to freak you guys out just yet. This only means a 15% chance. Mainly that they're going to issue a slight risk for this day is what they're saying. So, oops, let me go back to here. Sorry about that. So yeah, mainly they're going to issue a slight risk for that day. So that doesn't necessarily mean tornado outbreak or anything. So we just want to, I'll show you guys this. This is a thing. But the timing, the positioning, and when this or how severe the storm is going to be, I'm going to wait a couple more days, as we have been getting some model madness. Not going to lie. So let's go over to here. Let me make this smaller so I can see the chat. Is Dallas in the... Yeah, we're not going to be... Dallas is in the yellow zone, but that could shift again late nights. All right. Hello, NWW. Welcome. And Blondie's here. Yay. The whole crew is here. Thank you guys for coming in. But yeah, so we're going to go over the models here real quick. On the threat for tomorrow, go to the HRRR. We're going to be looking at the 18Z just so we can get a little bit longer of a look here out of the HRRR. But this is... essentially what's going to happen tomorrow. So starting today, as you can see, the time right here is Wednesday, November 23rd at 1 p.m. there. Liam's not here. Liam will come eventually, I think, or he could be busy. I mean, I know it's Thanksgiving. There's not going to be a lot of people that show up for this stream, which is totally fine. I'd rather you spend the time with your family, especially if you don't live in this area, than to watch this forecast. But as you can see, starting at around early morning Thursday, we're going to start to get some of that rain up in Dallas. This is mainly going to be like possibly a couple lightning strikes, nothing too severe up there. And then as we move forward in the timing here, you can start to see some of these cells start popping up down here near Houston, Bay City, and San Antonio around 8 a.m. Some of these could be a little bit more on the heavier rain side, but I mean, it just looks like a mess, to be honest. And usually with when you get these big old blobs of rain, what that means is that there's a lot, there's not a lot of opportunities for a cell to get too individualized, which means access to warmer, moisture, unstable air, as there's going to be a big pool of cooler air here. But we will go over some of the dynamics here. What I'm thinking for this day is mainly going to be a wind threat. But let me zoom out here for a little bit. Let's go look at, so we know with storms, you need, what I look for is 3 to 4 ingredients. So you need the upper level shears, you need a negative tilt or neutral tilt. I mean, tornadoes can happen with positive tilts as well, but the main things are that upper level shear, lower level shear, the dew point, and the cap. So first, we're going to look at the upper level shear. This is going to help us see, is there going to be any rotation present? So there is some upper level shear at this time when the storms start really firing up there. Again, this is around Thursday, 10 a.m. These times could change, right? It's not set in stone. It could be a little bit earlier, a little bit later, but we're just going to use this as a general guidance here. But the lower level shear is basically non-existent. So there is some upper level shear. It's weak. There's basically no lower level shear here. Let's move this forward here. Sorry, I say here a lot. I need to stop saying here so much. Moving this forward all the way through Friday. Yeah, I mean, the lower level shear just doesn't really materialize at all here. So this is why the tornado risk is so low. Because another interesting thing is that there's also decent dew points down here. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this is not looking very good anymore for tornadoes. So that's great news. Great news. It doesn't really seem like we're really going to have too much of a tornado risk on this day. There is a 2%. I really don't think that's going to even confirm. I really doubt we're going to see a tornado out of this. But there is, we always got to say it. There is a very small possibility, a 2% chance of a very brief and a very weak tornado. So, definitely some possibilities here for some severe weather. Let's see what that'll be. I think the hail risk for today is pretty low. Or not today, for tomorrow is pretty low, but let's go look at it. So there is a 5% chance here of some... Is that hail? Sorry. I clicked on that too fast. I didn't even read it. Yeah, so that's wind. So there's a 5% chance here of damaging winds and no risk for hail. So, you could potentially see some very, very small pea-sized hail with this. It's very unlikely, though. As they're saying. So it's mainly just a wind threat. So if you live in, any of these areas, let's go over the timing here for you guys. Don't worry, I will answer all y'all's questions once I am done going through the forecast here. But moving this forward, as you can see, there is some of these storms building up here near south of San Antonio at the early morning hours, and they really start building into that to the Houston area, League City, the Woodlands, and Beaumont at around 10 a.m. And then that moves through just a lot of heavy rain here going in from Houston into Louisiana in the evening hours from 3 to 5. And then you have another bit of rain pop up behind that. As we go back over to here into Louisiana, moving this forward, it's going to be a lot of rain, potentially some thunder around Baton Rouge, Iberia, New Orleans. Also got to keep our eye on, some of these storms out in the Gulf coming into land. I think that's going to be our main threat for the next day there. And I think as it moves out of Yuma into the eastern portion of Louisiana, I really think that tornado threat really dies down there. But there's a lot of moisture, right? But the ingredients just really aren't there for much severe weather. So that is the timing and the ingredients there, what we're going to see for Houston and southern Texas. Just be weather aware tomorrow. I really don't think that it's going to be too much of a problem. Just going to be annoying, really. So if you have any plans for outdoors down here near San Antonio, Victoria, Bay City, Houston, the Woodlands, to Beaumont, College Station, even all the way up into Dallas, McKinney, Tyler, Texas. And then, zooming out here, we're going to have rain for Oklahoma City and northern and western Arkansas and southern Missouri. So all of these areas, if you got plans outdoors, I'm sorry, on Thanksgiving, it does not seem like you're really going to be able to do them. And then we have this little guy back here. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at, let's see here. Where's my winter? There we go. So there is a snow threat or I guess threat's the wrong word. So there's chances for snow here, mainly for what is it? New Mexico and extreme, I guess, western Texas. So moving this forward, as you can see, we have this low pressure system spinning right here, or really just rain and moisture coming in here as this low pressure system dives south here, and it brings that cooler air and it starts interacting with this warmer moist air, and you know, it is mainly going to be a battle zone right in this area. You know, where does those freezing colder temperatures start to set up, and that's really going to be the determination of whether or not Texas gets any really significant snowfall amounts out of this. But as of right now, it seems like mainly the threat is for New Mexico and extreme western Texas here going into Friday morning. So just west of Pecos, Alpine, north of Marfa, and Van Horn, you guys could see some pretty heavy snowfall up there. So let's also go check out the approximate total snowfall here. So it looks like up in the mountains in New Mexico is where we're really going to be seeing some of this heavier snowfall, just west of Roswell, where all the aliens are. But let me go take this. I mean, you could, yeah, pretty significant snowfall there up on the mountains. But then as you get down to the lower elevations, especially over here in West Texas, you could be expecting, you know, barely a coating to isolated spots of around 5 inches. Now, again, this could potentially be worse or less, or you know, these could be this accumulation could accumulate a little bit more to the east, a little bit more to the west. Snow's really hard to nail down precisely, but definitely if you live in these areas, you are going to have a chance for snow Friday morning there. And that's pretty much it. Other than that rain and the threat, a very small threat for tornadoes down here near the Gulf, and potentially some damaging wind and lightning. That's all we're seeing there. So now I will re-chat and answer questions. Let me see if there was any questions in the chat. Well, I see you tomorrow. And then, are you going to get out? Probably see some rain. Do I have any plans for Thanksgiving? Yeah, I'm going to be eating with my family. Welcome back. Hello, DFW. Hi, DFW. How you doing? Yeah, if you have any questions regarding the storms, please feel free to ask now. Yeah. We'll go look more at the NAM here for a little bit further into the future. Really don't like to go past 3 days out. No questions here. I know I'm going to be right on that beautiful... Well, Panama City is seeing rain tomorrow. Panama City, looks like you might have some chances for some cloud cover, maybe some spotty super light rain, but probably not. Probably going to be nice and beautiful there in Panama City. When any of this hit New York, or is it settled lower states? Well, I mean, eventually it's going to move off to the east here. I mean, you guys might get some rain up there. Let's look at the snow. Let's see here. Precipitation type here. That's good. Okay, it looks like the snow is going to mainly go north here. Maine might get some. There could be a little bit of a lake effect thing happening on the back end of this. You know, in south of Rochester, but I'm not expecting any crazy accumulations. Definitely nothing happening there for New York. So just basically light rain, cooler temperatures on the backside of this, going into Saturday on the 26th there for New York. And let's look at the, I want to look at the estimated snowfall totals up here in the Northeast. Yeah, it looks like as you get up into the mountains here in Vermont, that's where you're really going to see the heaviest snow. But really anywhere that's not on a mountain here, unless you live in western to northern Maine, you're not going to see any of that snowfall accumulating on the ground. As you can see, Augusta, Bangor, Lincoln, doesn't really seem like the temperatures are low enough there near the surface to really provide any ample snowfall accumulation. So really the main story is this snow over here. And now the NAM, as you can see, paints a little bit of a different picture here because it goes out a little bit further. And it does seem like, you know, there's definitely some chances here on the lower elevations to get almost up to a foot of snow here. As you get into higher elevations, you're definitely going to see more snow up into the 30 inches there. That's what the NAM says going on in the future there. On a leak, trying to get the tarped before the snow sets in. Thank you for the information. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, the snow's coming in quite late up there in the Northeast. I will say that. Is there snow coming to Massachusetts anytime soon? Potentially. Maybe just a little bit up in the higher elevations. It could be absolutely zero, or you could get a little bit of dusting here by Saturday. Let's see exactly when that's about to fall, or not exactly, but let's see approximately when that could fall there. Looks like late Friday going into Saturday morning, you might get a dusting, unless you live on the very upper elevations there over in western Massachusetts. But everywhere else, mainly it's just getting some rain. Let's go back over to the composite reflectivity. Zoom back out here. Keep in mind this happened last year, right? So mainly, the main story here going into the future for the Northeast and the East Coast is just rain. Definitely possibilities of heavier rain here near Charlotte and Raleigh near Kitty Hawk as that moves out to just north of Wilmington there. And then by Friday, our attention starts to shift over to here again with more rain building into San Antonio, Houston, and Austin. Let's look at the day 3 risk. There is no day 3 risk yet. That could change as things continue, but as of right now, it just kind of looks like a lot of rain there for Texas. So we have this potential very, very small tornado threat, most likely just a wind threat move in here on Thursday, the early morning hours, and then it moves out of Texas in the evening hours of Thursday, and then moving this forward. You had another low pressure system just kind of hang out here, dropping a lot of snow over here in New Mexico and western Texas. And then, you get that rain come back in. But that's as far as I'm going to go out there. I don't like to go out further because then the models get really inaccurate. It's going to be 46 degrees on Saturday, so we're just getting started. This will... It's cold here. Yeah, let's go look at the temperatures. I'm interested to see how the entire United States is. It's starting to get warmer actually down here to the south, thankfully. Yeah, I mean, we're still dealing with that United States-wide cold here. But as of right now, you can... Oops, let me put that back there. Dang it. Yeah, you can see that we're dealing with 50s, lower 50s up here in Texas, going into Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, even a little bit in South Dakota there. Also Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and Tennessee. Maybe even parts of Ohio, Indiana are also dealing with a little bit of a warm up here. But unfortunately for a lot of y'all further north, that's going to disappear here as we have this low front sink down. And we're actually looking at some pretty cooler temperatures. Wow. For Friday morning, you're dipping down into the teens here in Colorado, mid-20s in Kansas and Nebraska, maybe some areas in the teens in the higher elevations in Nebraska. Really, from Minnesota, Iowa, all the way over to northern Arizona, Idaho, and Washington. This whole entire region is going to be in the 20s and teens. Very cold. But hopefully, at least for me, some of this heat hangs on down here going into the future. It was 44 degrees today. That's not... it's pretty normal. I mean, it's probably below normal, but... I mean, it's normal to get below normal temperatures every now and then. It's also normal to get above temperatures every now and then. How warm is it for me? Today I think it's in the 50s. I think it's in the 50s for me down here in northern Alabama. It's supposed to get into 60s soon. Actually, it's probably 60 degrees outside right now. I haven't gone outside today yet. I've been doing a lot of work. But yeah, it's supposed to be up in the 60s for me today up in northern Alabama. Man, imagine though. Look at this. 86 degrees in Florida. Oh, that feels so good. Maybe it's time to go on a beach trip. In the southern tip there of Florida. Yeah, that's essentially all for today. If anybody has any questions, I'll stick around for another 5 minutes. Yeah, in terms of, hurricanes, tornado threat, whatever, right now it's not nothing's too dangerous. Right, we have that little tiny 2% risk. That's why I went live. I just wanted to cover it real quick for you guys. I think the average high should be 30 degrees. We will be above that for the next 4 days. Okay. Summer in Florida, right? I don't think summer ever leaves in Florida. Yeah, if nobody has any questions, then I'm just going to end it right here, or at least the forecasting part. Does anybody have any questions for me, personally? I'll check it after the stream. I promise. All right, so no questions. Hopefully, I covered everybody's weather. And yeah, I will see y'all. I don't know. I'll definitely make a forecast because let's go back over to here. Whoops, just in case some of y'all just now tuned in and you weren't here earlier, there is a 15% chance of a severe weather over here in Texas. This is 7 days out though, so the location of this can change, the strength can change, but they're pretty confident that in 7 days from now they're going to be putting a slight risk over here. So that'll probably, when I come back full force, because I'll most likely miss the snow event. And because I'm not going to go live tomorrow, unfortunately, for that 2%. I'm going to be with my family. The next day, if there's still snow around this area, I might go live for that. But then as this event over here gets closer, that's when we'll really start gearing back up and doing a lot of live forecasts and gosh. I'm just all over the place. I'm a little rusty. Little rusty. What am I doing? Just hanging out with family, eating some turkey, just like everybody else. But yeah, that's it for today's forecast. If you're new to the stream, do this stuff all the time. Consider subscribing. Also, hit that like button down below, and consider turning on post notifications. I would suggest you turn them on to all and not personalized. There are different options there. If you press personalized, there's a chance you won't get notifications sometimes. So if you switch it to all, then you'll always get notifications. And I apologize to those that live down here, that I'm not going to be live tomorrow. But sometimes that just happens. I mean, if it was like a 5%, I would go live for it. But Anyways, you guys take it easy for the rest of the day, and I will see you guys later. Have a nice Thanksgiving, and hopefully you enjoy the delicious food. But yeah, I will see y'all soon.